The Dental Brief is brought to you by Omni Premier Marketing and the amazing guests who bring wisdom and advice that you can put to use to take your business and practices to the next level. Find us on Facebook and join the conversation. Get ready to grow because we are kicking off the next episode in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Dental Brief. We're so thrilled to have our guest on the program today coming from the great state of New York, where I'm from. We were chatting about that a little bit offline. Shelley Renee, say hello to everyone.
Hey, everybody. Be happy you're not in upstate New York. Let's say that.
I heard we're recording this first week in February. It probably won't air until March, but I bet you it'll be equally cold in March as it is now. But it's like negative 20 or something like that there, isn't it?
It is not fun. It's a good day to be inside chatting with you, Patrick.
Yeah, and it's brutal. We're going to get into your background. I know you're from Maine. I was joking around that you moved to tropical New York from Maine, which is fantastic. Shelley, tell our listeners, how'd you get involved in the dentistry? How'd you become an expert in this field?
Oh, gosh. It was by accident. I think that happens to a lot of people. I was going to school to be a computer programmer, and I happened to babysit for a dentist who was tough on his team. This was way back in the day. And he'd call me between classes to come in and help out. And that's what I did. And I would listen to these CDs and cassettes back in the day.
Sure.
Big names in the industry. And that's how I learned. I would listen to them back and forth between classes, and we'd come in and present big cases together. And I never left. I ended up working every position and then marrying a dentist and having our own practice.
That's fantastic. And I know now you're a coach, you're working with dentists all over the country. Let's just jump right into the heart of our show today. Tell me, what are some of the challenges and problems that dentists are calling you about today? What are they asking you when you hear from them?
Great question. I'm sure you've heard it before. Team turnover. They get somebody in, start training them, and someone's dumping out, and they start this process over if they can find people. The table has started to turn in our area. They now have new team members on board. They're mainly fully staffed, so it's nice. Sure. But I would say the turnover is getting to everybody.
Yeah, and it's a common thing. It's happening almost everywhere. I did talk to someone today who has had the same team members. Their last hire was 10 years ago with 5 team members, which is amazing. It's terrific. So tell me, let's start with, bringing on new team members, important. I'm sure we're going to talk about that a little bit, but how do you keep them? If you don't know how to keep them, it doesn't matter if you bring them on. It's like if you opened up all your windows right now, your furnace is not going to keep your house warm. So how do you keep that heat trapped, if you will? How do you keep that team on board on what you find?
Truly a big help that's changed from the way I was raised is to give everybody some meaning, to have a purpose so that they feel the difference they're making in the lives of the patients. That gives you the stickiness. You want to stay because you are personally having a hand in the change.
Sure.
As opposed to the autocratic way, do this in our practice, but inviting collaboration, inviting the team to figure out newer and better ways of doing things, giving them a say and being heard goes a long way.
Yeah. So what are some ways to do that? I mean, that I think everybody wants to do that. Most people have good intentions. So how does that translate? What are some things that give me some day-to-day? Can you make your expanded duty assistant feel like they're making a difference?
Gosh, there's, you can do a nice this is a very easy little process you could do with your team. You could draw a fishbone diagram, for example. So you could draw the backbone of the fish.
Yep.
I like to have the assistants describe for me. Actually, each department should do this. They can describe what good looks like. What do they want for their department? Everything. Just dream big, write it all out. And then start at the tail with what they have. And then start putting priorities along that backbone. And there you go. You have your meeting set up with the team for the next quarter. So you can engage them. They've set the timeline. Their interest is outlined. It's a beautiful exercise, and they feel heard, and they see that there's momentum towards their direction. So that's beautiful. That's one thing, but I would say your foundation as an owner to back that up, and first do a system rehab and unburden them before we add. It's a big thing right now that we eliminate tasks.
Sure. So, there's a lot of, there's no secret pill, right? There's no magic out there. And I think it's reasonable that a lot of times a dentist may hear of a tactic like that, something that they can do to build team, to get their team more involved, and they try it, and maybe it works for a little bit, and then they have a couple of team members leave, and their usual response is like, "See, nothing works," or "See," and they blame them instead of themselves, right? Right. True leaders always blame themselves. But what kind of encouraging advice can you give them to get back in that saddle again? Like, hey, don't give up. It takes some time to get good at this.
Yep. Biggest thing is crystal clear, sharp, tight expectations and easy onboarding that has level development. And when I say a level, what I see is they bring on team members, and we start with that team member, and we're distracted, and we're over here. There's a different team member we're working. We've dropped their training program.
Right.
And so they're just trying to figure it out. And a lot of the dissatisfaction happens in that space of wondering what we're doing. What do you mean this isn't what you were looking for? We're making it up as we go.
Yeah.
So I love to do a system rehab where we look at what's in place, see if it's serving us. And very often it's not. It's usually adding more problems. So I actually take away. So there's a book by this Lady Klotz about the science of subtraction. And I found that for an owner, if you can simplify the systems, not making it not simplistic, but actually get results, you allow the team to not be so burdened. They're able to do the fun stuff and more engagement with the patients and more happiness. They're not feeling like they're not getting to everything. So I have the teams and the owners concentrate on just 4 areas. So what's coming into the practice? What systems take care of that? What are you keeping? So let's look at your retention systems, how you care. So what services, what is your philosophy, what is your standard, and how you collect. So what you get, keep, care, and collect. So those are the boxes of your dental home. And if you focus right there, then you can enjoy yourself again with the team. We have a lot of fun. That's a big difference.
It does make a huge difference, and something to talk about a little bit. And I think it might be a little bit of an elephant in the room when it comes to people who do coaching and consulting and help with implementing processes and procedures and what have you. Is, we hear people use the term all the time that it takes money to make money, which there's some truth to, but I say it doesn't. It takes energy to make money, right? And that can be in the form of money to make money or time to make money, right? What have you. So I think what happens, I shouldn't say that, I know what happens is that you get busy running a practice, right? You got patients coming in, you got billing, you've got staffing, you got all these things, and you haven't built really good SOPs, standard operating procedures, on something like onboarding.
Yeah.
But how do you do it? So there's 10 hours a day, there's 12 hours in a work day, right? 4 days a week or 5 days a week. And you're already slammed. You're already up to your eyeballs. And now you're like, oh, great. I can't do a good job of onboarding because I need to take the time to build this onboarding procedure. Yeah. And so you can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? It's going to get really jumbled and a mess if I keep going. So what kind of money do you save if you hire somebody to do this? So you could literally hire someone like yourself, and you could have your onboarding taken care of in days, few weeks,
Yeah,
something like that.
well, I definitely have the structure for an owner, and I definitely have the sheets. But to back up a little bit to what you're saying, um, instead of doing it for them, we collaborate. We
Sure,
collaborate.
with of
Every
course,
office is so different on what they
right,
want written, but it's a one and done. You pop it into your thing. We streamline the system so that the outcome is working. Once we figure out what it is that gets that outcome,
right,
then we tip it up, and I put it in there. I have a spreadsheet by job, by position. So we have all team, things that the all team has to be aware of versus your financial coordinator accountabilities versus the assistant accountabilities.
sure,
And I have it so that you can scroll all the way across and
right.
see where you left off in team development.
Right. And there's three big things that you're paying for, right? When you hire someone, you're hiring that person for their time. You're also hiring them because they know all of the things that do not work, right?
Yeah,
It's like Edison,
it's a shortcut. Yeah,
you know all the things that don't work. And so if you do it yourself, you may try to implement a new procedure or policy that is a nightmare waiting to happen, right? That you can do. And then also the amount of time that you get to save if you hire someone else to do this with you or for you is incredible, right? And it's speed to implementation. You get it done, you get it rocking and rolling. Now your next onboard goes well, as opposed to taking 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 more bad onboardings before you finally go, hey, I need someone like Renee to help me. So Renee, then I know I'm kind of talking a bunch here today. It's pretty exciting, I think, subject, and I think it's important for people to think about. So when they are looking for someone like you to help them, a coach, they're looking for someone to do consulting, whatever that term may be, where they're just looking to get someone to help them. How do you vet that person? How do you find the right person to help you get across that finish line?
Make sure you're talking about where you want to go and you find a good fit with that person. So your question is asking from a doctor's point of view?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. How would you go about vetting
Yeah.
someone?
Ask questions about how they would work with resistant team members. Ask, what the owner can stomach, or what is the doctor, what have they tried? How open are they? What things do they absolutely love and want to be off the table to be touched? So there's definitely room to customize. This is what we love in our practice. This is not to be touched. These are the areas we're concerned about. Working together, having that camaraderie is everything. Yeah,
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think that's great advice. I want to encourage our audience, check out the website, ShelleyRenee.com. And you have an area on the website, free review or revenue review. Tell me a little bit about this area of your website and what they can find there.
So this is really like the way to know where to pay attention. So sometimes it's all muddy. You don't know where to look first. So I've cut it into those 4 buckets. So where I see revenue leaking from your practice tells me what system needs a rehab. What needs to be cleaned up. So if you go there or just answer a few questions, I can do a dashboard and we can actually put dollars to those leaks in your practice. And it's very specific, and it will fall in one of the buckets, about your retention, the level of your care, what you're getting in the practice, is it the right patient, and how you collect. That's very easy to clean up. And my goal is to simplify. It doesn't have to be 40 some systems. It does not have to be.
Sure.
So we can drill down on that focus. And that's what the revenue reveal is.
Yeah. If I always encourage people, it's, if you put it off, if you've got some areas that need trouble and you put them off till next week or the week after, or just forget about it right now, you're probably not going to get around to it. This is something that I encourage people to take action on today. Do something today to start that first step. whether it's contact Shelley or contact someone else that maybe they've been thinking about using. But yeah, get it started today. You'll really appreciate it. Speaking of appreciation, Shelley, I'm so thankful that you took the time to be here. I'm glad that you're staying warm. One more time, the website is shelleyrenee.com. Shelley, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.